Good evening once again. Thanks for joining us as we take a look at the top political news of the day. The race for Oneida County Sheriff is getting interesting as one candidate is questioning whether or not the other has illegally possessed a gun. Pat Bailey has those details and joins us now from the newsroom with more. Pat, good evening.
Steve, good evening to you. David Townsend says that Jim Masucci has been illegally carrying the gun that was provided to him as the Public Safety Commissioner of Rome. Masucci says that Townsend does not know the facts. Now, Townsend is claiming that Jim Masucci carries a gun but does not have a permit for it. Masucci doesn't deny it. He says that is true, but he doesn't need one. By law, he says, the Department of Criminal Justice Services can issue a gun to a civilian who used to be a police officer like Masucci. In fact, Masucci is on their list of obtaining a firearm legally because of his Public Safety Commissioner title. Now, New York State Police Captain Francis Coots says his department was asked to look into this matter, and they have verified that Masucci can, in fact, legally possess a gun.
Care who gives it to you. If you don't have a license, you can't carry it. It's totally illegal. It's mandatory jail time, and on a felony charge, it's 3.5 to 15 for possession of a loaded firearm.
If I had to get a permit, I would have gladly gotten a permit, but I don't own this gun. The gun was issued to me. And if Mr. Townsend knew his facts, his laws and policies, he would have known that you cannot get a permit or have a gun on a C form unless you own it.
Now, Masucci says he took the position in 2005 and did not start carrying a gun until 2007 when he says he showed up to crime scenes and felt unsafe. Now, in fact, Masucci says despite having the gun for 3 years, he really has not carried it much until more recently. He says after the NBT bank robbery is when he was the only one without a gun, he said, when there were a lot of police officers looking for a suspect in a wooded area. He says he will now carry the gun 24/7. Now, by the way, we did contact Dave Townsend a little before the newscast here, and he says he still stands by his claim and interprets the law by the Department of Criminal Justice Services a little differently than Jim Masucci does. Steve?
All right, Pat Bailey from the newsroom. We will see you again tonight at 6 o'clock.